Okay, sometimes I do this to help me to focus. I walk back and forth, pacing. It helps me to focus so that I can come clean and correct. What's up? Life Regenerator here. Let's see, where am I? Gainesville? Something like that? I think I'm in Gainesville, Florida. On my way up to the studio in South Carolina. Anyways, I want to say thank you very much to all of my friends at the International School of Detoxification. I had a really great time, and I met a lot of people. I wanted to thank you all so much for your kindness, your generosity, etc. So you all know who you are. Peace be with you. I'll see you at the next International School of Detoxification in September. Anyways, I wanted to talk about health with everyone. I have not been able to keep up with any of the emails in the last 2 weeks. I want to apologize for that. So I'm going to answer everybody. I get to peruse them, but I've been very, 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 very busy. Busier than I've ever been in my entire life for the last couple weeks. I haven't had a good night's sleep in a couple weeks. And if my diet wasn't so good, I probably wouldn't be able to hold it together. So that's one of the keys to getting healthy. A lot of people are writing me with different various issues. Whatever the issue is, I'd like to sum up what I think you can do in my small, humble, minimally experienced opinion. What I would do is I would think in terms of cellular hydration. Your body is made up of trillions of cells. And what happens is, over the course of time, through the consumption of cooked, denatured, processed, dead, devitalized, pasteurized, homogenized, herbicided, and pesticided foods, etc., not to mention the air, prescription drugs, inoculations, vaccinations, etc. In other words, we are bombarded with cellular toxicity, which in turn can create or does create an inflammatory response in the body. Okay, so what you've got here in your condition, many people have many conditions, neurological dysfunctions, kidney, liver disorders, overweight, obesity, depression, etc., etc., etc. What is going on? What is the basic underlying issue here? One thing that I've found to be extremely beneficial for a living human organism with trillions of cells is to consume those foods which enhance the energization of those cells. Coagulated, anionic conditions bind toxins within the cell. The cells at that time cannot function, and if you have these trillions of cells, they need to communicate, they need to function, and they need to be able to work with each other to keep you upright, to keep you flexible, strong, and fluid. This inflammation leads to dehydration cellularly. Which foods do you think are going to hydrate and energize cells? Can I get an amen? Because I already know that you know that what I'm going to say, because I've said it 10 million times. I'm just saying it a little bit differently this time. And I don't mean to sound condescending. I actually do love you very much. And I love this knowledge and information. And I find myself in a really great position to be able just to simply share a small piece of the truth of this life. And that is dietary and health. Getting healthy. Or just simply really alleviating suffering. Or going down the path of health until you are satisfied. No one's going to live forever, and no one escapes the vicissitudes. But if you're 32 years old and you want to see your kids go to high school and you have cancer, this type of information can be helpful. I don't do anything to have to do with curing diseases, but what I do is to promote health. I love health. I love it for myself. You can see that by looking at the body that's walking in front of you back and forth, that there's a relatively decent level of health within what I call the dam. I'm always hoping for more, but things are beginning to change for me personally. It's going to a new level. Something popped in my head a while back while water fasting, and then combined with a small 5-minute conversation that I had with my friend Robert Morse, who I look to more as a guru type as opposed to really a health coach. He does have a lot of 40 years experience helping people. But whenever we get together, it's not so much about the health, but about the next level. So a light bulb went on in my head, and I knew that it was time to move to the next level. But I do have a lot of skills in the art of healing yourself. In the art of healing yourself. Your doctor can't do it for you. Your grandma can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. There's no healer, doctor, naturopath, chiropractor, or anybody that can do it for you. You have to do it for you by making the choices that lead to that energetic life. You have to live a healthy lifestyle. I got an email a little while ago that I saw, and it was like, what's the fastest way to lose weight? And I don't think that it should be looked at that way. Or what's the fastest way to get rid of this disease? That might be a little bit more reasonable. The losing weight thing, isn't how to lose weight fast. I mean, really, do you really want to do that? No, because everybody wants to lose weight fast, and then guess what? Everybody gains that weight back right fast because they didn't do the one thing that you need to do to alleviate disease conditions and weight loss, or weight gain, even for that matter, which is a smaller percentage of the people. But that is going to be to slowly but surely implement the habits of health. One of the habits of health that is extremely beneficial, especially at the beginning, if you're an enlightened master or a sage and you've gone beyond the body, then it's no big deal. You just go with the body, then when it quits working, it falls over and you don't care. But like I said, you might be 32 years old with cancer and need to hang around to see your kids go to high school, graduate, go to college, whatever. Then you need to know about cellular hydration, cellular energization, and the path of raw foods. If every human being on the planet ate raw foods, things would be a much different world. Believe me, because I have no desire to hurt anyone or take anything from anyone. And what you do is, when you consume the raw foods and live the healthy lifestyle, you create your own inner energy. Then you don't need to get it from nobody else. All the energy that I get out of this life comes from within inside of me, and it's a path of consciousness. So I know that, for the most part, I eat high vibrational foods. Now, here's another secret that you need to know about not only choosing raw living foods, but also making sure that what I've learned in my experience over 12 years of raw foodism and then many more years of what I call just health, is that when you're tired, you're not able to make the simple, easy, sattvic, healing, soothing, regenerating, alkalizing, hydrating food choices. The more tired that you are, the heavier, denser, more stimulating foods you're going to reach for. If you are reaching for stimulating foods, you know that what goes up must come down. Everybody's had coffee or tea. Everybody's had the sugar blues. Everybody's had the high spicy fatty food come down. You go up, you go down. You go up, you go down. With a watermelon, you just kind of go, nice steady energy with some watermelon, cantaloupe, grapes, cucumbers are hydrating, carrot juice, etc. You need sugars for your cells. Here's the order of importance for the consumption of the reason why you eat foods. Number one, your cells need sugar. Fructose requires no insulin and is therefore easily absorbed into the stomach, into the blood, into the cell. Okay? The second best sugar is the glucose from the vegetables, which does need some insulin from the pancreas. So it's not as much as a simple sugar. It takes a little more energy to digest green herbs, but they are very healing and strengthening. So the fruit and vegetable sugars are the key to cellular energy. Number two, for cellular integrity, lubrication, good skin, good hair, good eyes, you're going to need essential fatty acids. And then number three, they got this whole thing backwards. Number three are the amino acids. Forget about proteins, because those are extremely inefficient and highly acid forming, leaving behind large amounts of metabolic waste, leading to these neurological disorders, these cancers, and overweight and obesity. So I could sum it up again by getting you back to, but I know your mind wants to understand this so that it can wrap its head around it, but juicy, fresh fruits hydrate and penetrate cells and lymph, as well as the interstitial fluids, which allow the energy to get into the cells, or the nutrition, if you will, to get into the cells, and then the metabolic wastes, which are taking place 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the entirety of your life. The metabolic wastes need to get out somehow, but if it's stuck in an acidic medium, the fluids are coagulated and bound up. So the metabolic wastes accumulate. Now, wherever your tissue weaknesses are genetically, that is where those metabolic wastes are going to accumulate. So that means then your doctor says you have this, and this person has the same diet as you, but now they have this because you had those tissue weaknesses in your kidneys, and now you've got some kind of kidney dialysis or kidney disease or adrenal burnout, and then somebody else has a thyroid disorder just because two different people have different weaknesses genetically. What we're trying to do is regenerate ourselves genetically and save the human race if it's possible. I'm not really personally attached to it, but I just feel like it's important for me to share this information because I've accumulated it, because I was searching for answers for something that I have now found out the answers to, and I will be living in a different stratosphere from this point on. But that doesn't mean I'm still not going to share this information, because it has benefited me so much and brought peace and health and flexibility and success and abundance and the desire for the truest peace. It was a very spiritually illuminating diet, because energization and the clearing of the obstructions to the flow of energy. What foods, let me ask you, are going to help you to remove the occlusions, obstructions, and metabolic waste from your lymphatic system, so that you can start to drain through the kidneys, so that you can release the metabolic waste, which are causing the inflammation and the disease. It's so simple, my friend. It really is so simple. But the challenging part is, in a society like this, where we're all so tired and overworked, to reach for those food choices which are hydrating, soothing, and energizing and nourishing, like the juicy, organic, tree-ripened, in-season, highly vibrational fruits. As well as I like to bring in for options leafy green herbal juices for amino acids to keep on the weight and the strength, and also to have some variety. Remember, the fruits definitely vibrate the highest, so that's going to help you. But some people need to put the brakes on a little bit, so I bring in the green juices. It's also fun. The green juices are really fun. Coconut, cucumber, celery on a hot day. Tell me that's not going to dissolve and disperse in an alkaline medium. If you've got an acid medium, you've got pain, inflammation, coagulation, stiffness, disease, and then death. If you've got alkalinity, you've got dispersion, flow, fluidity, hydration, and then you've got the ability to release those metabolic wastes which are accumulating in your body. That's why eating moderately is very good. That's why raw food is just the king of the king for a human being. I mean, I'm sitting here looking at this body here. It looks like a pretty good functional body. You can reach down, touch its toes, reach up and touch the ceiling. You know, it's flexible. It's good. It's not perfect, and I don't know if I'll be going for the perfect anymore, just because of the nature of the changes that have been going through my consciousness. I would really like to serve more you, and I hope that this video is helping you to understand. I've studied this stuff for a while, and I'm re-inspired by Robert Morse and all the students at the detoxification school. They're just a bunch of beautiful people. Everybody's looking for answers, and they're really trying to wrap their head around this. I've had this stuff in my head for a very long time and in my heart, and I wanted to share it with you today. So if you want to get well from whatever conditions or issues you're having, I only have a limited amount of time of tape here, so let's see. Okay, I've got about maybe 5 minutes. I'll roll the thing out until it stops, okay? And if you want to, you can subscribe to these videos and sign up for my Insiders Club, where I do like cool videos. I just sent a video the other day to the Insiders Club with me and my girlfriend jogging down the beach. Everybody wants to know who she is, but I'm not putting it up on the regular YouTube, you know what I'm saying? So it's just going to be for the Insiders Club, because there's no comments over there. Yeah, dude, okay, so people can't tell me what they think about me, because I don't even care what I think about me, because I'm probably wrong. because I don't have all the facts about what's transpiring in my life. But anyways, my friend, how do we get healthy? For all you people out there suffering, I'm summing it up for all of you at the same time. And then you're like, wait a minute, you're saying the same thing to everybody? And I'm like, yes, it's always the same thing. It's so simple. The doctors overlook it, the naturopaths overlook it, the chiropractors overlook it, everybody's overlooking it. But the healers and the regenerators are not overlooking it. The life regenerators are not overlooking it because they're going back to the basic principle that there is no living organism on this planet that heats its food up and alters it chemically and destroys its ability for that food to be absorbed, utilized, assimilated, and eliminated properly like raw living food. Because those enzymes are absolutely key. If you deplete yourself of metabolic enzymes by using all your metabolic enzymes to digest your cooked food, you want to leave the enzymes in your food so they digest themselves inside your GI tract. You know? So leave those enzymes in there, a little bit of steamed vegetables, some quinoa, I mean, small amounts of cooked food or whatever. I mean, there's so many different various stratospheres that you can live at. You can go on a mono grape diet for 40 days and get totally zenned out, man, and have pure blood, clean mind, pure mind, good energy field. What do you want to do with this thing? To get over these diseases and overweight, you've got to start living a healthy lifestyle. I'll always promote raw food. If I can't live up to it for the rest of my life or whatever, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter. There's so many different levels of consciousness when it comes to life. So you always got to keep your mind open. But as far as the physical protoplasm, go ahead and start hydrating yourself with fresh fruit. Go ahead and start hydrating and regenerating and strengthening yourself with those leafy green herbal juices. Parsley is epic for the adrenals. Everybody's got adrenal burnout. Dude, because this thing is crazy. The way we live is nuts. The way I live is crazy. I mean, I haven't had a good night's sleep in weeks. I go and go and go and go and go and go 24/7, and it's just wrong. And but it's just how it is right now. I got to keep soldiering on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it's working out. Anyways, I have a lot of empathy for you. I understand there's a lot of stress, but I want you to get your own energy. I don't want you to have to rely on other people. People always talk to me about energy vampires. I know all about it. I'm very sensitive. Some people are right on and righteous and they don't want to take any energy from you. And some people will just stand right in front of you and just drain you dry until you just set boundaries and say, I gotta go, you know? And it's just not right. So make sure that you're giving people energy with your thoughts, giving people energy with your love, giving people energy with the abundance of your finances, giving people energy with your service. And if you don't have energy to give, go away and go rest and take a break from people and go be by yourself until you can recharge and you have something to give. You want your cup to overflow. One way you can do that is to eat raw foods. And get your cellular energy going. Get to bed early. You know? Don't waste your energy. Do what you love to do. Life is so short. No time for energy vampires. You don't owe anyone anything. You owe yourself. You really do owe yourself because you are the one that can help a lot of people. But you've got to help yourself first. So get over the diseases. You know what to do. You know what to do. I know it isn't easy because everyone wants to want to go to the raw food restaurant and eat the nuts. But that's not going to get you well when we're talking about overweight and disease conditions. It's okay for the young people that don't have any conditions or anything like that or inflammation in their body, but you're going to want to eat super, super, super clean, hydrating, high-energy foods. And here comes summer. There's going to be grapes. There's going to be cherries. There's going to be watermelons. There's going to be cantaloupes. There's going to be cucumbers. There's going to be celery. There's going to be things that you can do daily. Lots and lots of those things. Don't be afraid to pig out on watermelon and flush your body clean. Don't be afraid to eat a couple pounds of grapes and go